Hey everybody, Graz from the GKBC with a special announcement video. Um, Kim from the Paper Traveler channel linked below, has invited me to be a co-host for the Summer Size Summer Big Book Extravaganza, where we're inviting and challenging anyone to join along and read at least one book of 800 pages or more in the summer, which runs June 21st to September 21st. At least one. Um, Kim is running it, and let me make sure I get this guy's name right. Liv Riomer is the other co-host. So, but yeah, challenge accepted. I'm here with a couple of recommendations. I will tell you right now that the 6 recommendations I have written down, I have already read, so I can personally recommend them. And then I have 2 possible recommendations for you. But I will spoil a minor spoiler. Next week on the 21st, when we release our TBRs for this, our hopeful TBRs for this, none of these books will be on mine. I have other books to put on that. And I have a very special sub announcement in this video. So that's kind of exciting. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this. I might not have pretty flowers and friendly bees being a part of my video, but if you watch my videos at all, then you know that one of a few things will happen. The daughter will make some weird noise and interrupt, or there she is, or you will hear our cats being cats. The noisy one is actually asleep right now, but I just poked that karmic thing in the so he's gonna jump up and start yowling and running around. Anyway, let's just get into these recommendations. For the books that I've read, if you're interested in apocalyptic, then I would recommend Swan Song by Robert McCammon. Wow. I read this last month. It's 919 pages, the paperback version that I had. And it's everything you want it to be. I'm not going to talk too much about the books. Just if you, the genre, or genre, as Alex Trebek used to say. If you're into fantasy, I would recommend The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. But see, that's book 2 in a series. Book 1 is The Name of the Wind. And you probably should read that, but that's not an 800-page book. Wise Man's Fear is, in paperback form, 1,120 pages. So, there's that. If you're interested in plain horror and maybe a little bit of camaraderie of childhood, then I would go with It by Stephen King. It doesn't matter what version you find, it's going to be over 1,000 pages. So, if you're looking for something a little more realistic, maybe fictionalized history, then I would go with Space by James Michener. The copy I had was 808 pages. So it just comes in where it should. If you're looking for some science fiction, look no further than the Book of Dune by, his last name's Herbert. I think it might be Frank. I can't remember. But the copy I had was 896 pages. And if you're looking for, I'm going to copy off of Kim here, I think. Yeah. I'm taping my video after I watched hers so that I could get an idea of exactly what I was supposed to do. But if you're looking for a great tale of revenge, then I recommend The Count of Monte Cristo, which is, even though it's huge, don't let that be daunting, because it's worth every page. And the copy that I had, the Penguin version from 2003, was 1,276 pages. Those are the 6 books that I've actually read that I can personally that I would personally recommend, and I do recommend them quite often if people ask. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of American Gothic horror, then I'm going to be reading this off and on a little bit at a time. The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. And this beast is, if you include the note at the end, well over 1,000 pages. And if you're looking for a little bit of nonfiction, maybe a memoir of someone who doesn't get as much credit as he should in American history, then I would recommend The White House Years, President Carter. Honestly, I know that he gets made fun of for being a president, but this guy's a hero. He helps build houses. He's a peanut farmer who donates almost everything. He's wonderful. And this book, let's get to the actual book part, is almost, it might be, oh, if you read the acknowledgments, it breaks 900 for the page count. So those are my recommendations. If you want to, like I said, none of these, except for Edgar Allan Poe, but I'm not reading that for this. I just, like, every night after I read what I'm going to read for the day, I pick up something like Edgar Allan Poe, and I read that, a little bit of it. It's not really a palate cleanser because it's, not easy, but or light, but it's just something little to finish my day. Excuse me. If you would like a suggestion on a good way to read one of these mammoth books, because if you pick up, say, Count of Monte Cristo, and it's 1,200 pages, and it's like this big in your hand, and you're looking at it going, how in the world? I mean, this is a mountain. I can't read this. Yes, you can. I believe in you. Kim believes in you. Liv Riomer, or June, believes in you. We do. We believe in you. And this is how I see AJ, the Graz wife, doesn't read very fast. And she kept up in our book club because you don't have to read it all at once. That's the thing that most people get bogged down with. Don't look at the thing as a whole. Remember that old proverb. I can't remember if it's Chinese or Japanese, but it's one of those two. It's a proverb. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. And I might have mangled it, but you get one step. So instead of looking at the whole book, just plan at some point during the day to read one chapter. One chapter. I mean, June 21st to September 21st is what? 62? 104 days? In that amount of time, you can... I'm sorry, not 104 days. I did that wrong. 62, 83, and 10. It's 93 days. In 93 days, that's 93 chapters if you read one a day. I don't know many of these books that have that many chapters in them. So, but if you just read a chapter a day, you'll be surprised that pretty soon you'll be talking about how much you loved a book. Or didn't. Such as the case may be. But that's my recommendation or my suggestion on how to, you know, get through such a big task. That's how I started when I was really young. I just started by reading a chapter a day. And then as I started liking reading more and realizing how fast I could read, I read much more than that. But I can easily average 300 pages a day. And that's with living my life and taking naps and eating. Watching BookTube or other types of videos like wrestling and people surviving on islands and stuff. Cooking shows. Anyway, that's how Graz spends his days. Now, our special sub announcement, which I am actually going to let the daughter tell you from just off camera.
Soon. Tomorrow, I think.
Oh, no, you're going to give him the wrong announcement, but go ahead and give him that.
My idiot and I will make an appearance on camera.
Okay, to explain, that's her affectionate name for her boyfriend. So, you know, we all have our nicknames. So, I'll just say the one that I thought she would remember. Because in this video, I really didn't care about the boyfriend. This is a special surprise, because it was already planned a little bit. The Graz mother, the daughter, and I'm going to try and convince AJ to do it, but I'm not. As you can hear the noises, the cats are starting to maneuver around. They're like, oh, you're recording? Rustle, rustle. Anyway, we will be, for this project, the three of us, hopefully the four of us, we'll be reading Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. The Graz mother had read it a long time ago, obviously. She loves the movie. I don't. I'm not a fan of the movie. But my mom's been trying to get me to read this book since I was a teenager, which is a relatively long time ago. And the daughter has said that she wanted to read it. So I figured this is a good time. We'll read it for this summer-size, super big book extravaganza. Big book. Now, on Gone with the Wind, one small little thing, unpopular opinion. I don't agree with the fact that, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, is the best line from the movie. It's not even the most savage burn from that movie. Not even close. It's only considered that because it was the first swear word in films. Well, accepted films. But if you actually watch that movie, a few minutes before that, Rhett Butler just scalds Scarlett right to the bone. She goes, "But I love you." And he says, "Well, that's your misfortune." That is much stronger and meaner than the other thing. But anyway, I digress. So that's my announcement video. Let us know if you're going to join. Let me, Kim, or June, Livery Omer, know. Let us know if you're going to be reading any of our recommendations. How do you read a big book? I mean, I know page by page, but you know, what's your strategy going in? Mine is just to, you know, devour as many pages as I can. That's just what I do. And I don't just do it just to get a page count. I actually take in what I read and I enjoy it. Or if I don't. But let us know. This is going to be really fun. And thank you so much, Kim, for including me. This is my first actual event that I didn't make myself and you know, and am doing myself, other than the Buddy Reads with Tad, and yourself now, Kim. But thank you for including me. I'm excited, and let me know if there's anything else I need to do to be a co-host. And until next time, read a lot more.